Captain Starlog, September 29th, 2017. Welcome back, guys. I'm Captain Foley, and this, of course, is the regular weekly Captain's Log. So I don't have a whole lot to talk about today. I do want to talk a little bit about Discovery and my thoughts on it. Despite what people think, I do like the show. I put a post on the Trekyards page stating my opinion about how it could look more TOS, and a lot of people, a lot of you agreed with me. A lot of you jumped all over me saying that I'm basically an idiot and that 1960s tech is way too outdated and whatever. But my opinion is, if you're doing a period piece, that's how they thought the ship and the future would look in the 60s. That's the established look and feel of Star Trek. If you're going to go back and revisit that era, you have to at least consider that that's what they considered the future to be. So let's keep that look. A lot of people said about knobs and switches and jelly bean buttons, which really pisses me off because they're not jelly beans at all. They're just colored things. Yeah, they look awful. I admit it. Even on the recreation of the sets, like the continues and stuff, they don't look right. I would fix those. You can make them look modern. You can have them be toggle switches where you can push down, you can jog up, jog left, maybe rotate them. You can update those appearances to look modern and new, but still look similar to the way they looked back then. Same with the colors on the screens. You can have this color with some random flashing patterns. You don't have to have all blue displays. I'm jumping right into this, and I didn't even mean to. I'm just very frustrated with the attitude that people have when I state my opinion. A lot of people are like, this is why, you know, Trekyards is very TOS influenced and TOS elitist, and we're not. The point we're trying to make is, if you're fitting it into this time frame, let's keep to the look that they've already established, as a nod to both what's come before and like all the effort that people put into that look and design. People designed that, people built that. Let's honor that by showing that in a new format that looks similar, at least if you're showing the exact same time period. If you're showing a time period after Voyager, do whatever you want. Make it look like a future version of Star Trek, which is kind of what Discovery looks like to me, personally. Now, they have stated it will eventually, by the end of the series or the season, look more like the established TOS. I'm sure that's going to piss a lot of these people off if that's the case. And I'm sorry that you don't think that TOS can look good in modern standards. It can. It can be redesigned and reimagined to look very, very similar to what it did in the 60s, but have a very futuristic look. So I'm quite frustrated with that whole post. I've considered taking it down because I didn't mean to stir up any shit. I was just trying to make an interesting point, and I don't post much on Trekyards, personal posts and things, because usually I just don't have the time. Just checking everybody else's posts and stuff. But usually the reason I don't is because of this shit. People going through and just being obstinate and ignorant and not actually considering anybody else's viewpoint. I brought up the fact that if I did a period piece based in the Westerns, like in Western America in 1888, you know, Western times, that would be like me having floating hover coaches and laser shooting six-shooters. And somebody else compared it to the Civil War movie, where they have M16s and tanks, you know, to appease the dumb people in the crowd, the droolers. And then somebody piped up and said, well, the thing with those is their actual history, they actually happened. To which somebody else replied, well, so did TOS. And the guy's like, really? TOS happened right between World War II and whatever, right? No, it didn't. But the fact that the series exists and that the whole franchise was based off that 3-season cheap-looking show that they couldn't afford to make anything, and it was high-quality, award-winning effects for the time, plus a high budget for the time. That's what it should look like if you revisit that era. That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get a lot of comments on this video, the same kind of crap that I'm getting on the other comment thread, and that's fine. You guys are all entitled to your opinion, but you at least got to consider other people's points of view. And it's not that I hate Discovery, it's not that I hate a new look, it's not that I'm very TOS elitist. That's not the case. The case is that I think it can be done a little bit more close to the canon that's been established. When they visited in Deep Space Nine, they held very true. Obviously, they used the original footage, and it worked. When they revisited it in Enterprise and Intermere Darkly, I think the Defiant Bridge with the lighting they used looked fantastic. And maybe it's because I grew up with TOS. A lot of people said that they thought the Defiant looked cheap again. And some of the sets did. I got to admit, some of the hallways and stuff that they fought the Gorn in and stuff looked a little cheesy and chintzy. I understand that. I do. But you can make that, again, look better than that. They spent a lot of that budget for those episodes on that bridge to build it. And as far as I'm concerned, the bridge looks just as good now, I mean, with modern standards, as like the movie era bridges and Next Generation. There's a big debate about touchscreens and how everything should be touchscreen. The problem with touchscreens is a lot of times power will go down. You might not have a physical switch that you can jury rig. Plus, there's something that's to be said about a tactile keyboard that you can actually feel and not have to look down all the time to see what you're hitting. With touchscreens, I find a lot of the time you have to hit the right spot, otherwise you're hitting the wrong thing, or not hitting anything at all. So I find I look down more at touchscreens than I would at like my old, I forget what brand it was. Probably Nokia. It had a slide-out keyboard. I could like type a whole message to somebody while looking at the TV or something. With my iPhone, I can't. I have to look and make sure I hit the right thing, and then my thumbs are big thumbs, and I hit the wrong button, and sometimes it auto-corrects it correctly, other times it totally messes up the word, other times it merges words together. So I find that touchscreens are kind of unreliable as far as that goes, where the tactile keyboard is much more comfortable. So a tactile switch, or a toggle, or a knob is something that would be good. Plus, you can have an omnidirectional one. People are saying, well, that just serves one purpose, you know, just push a button, whereas a touchscreen can be reconfigured to be anything. True enough, that's very true. But you can have, for example, these buttons on this are not only push, but they're also toggle. You can go up, left, right, and down. You can double click both just straight down and each toggle way. So that gives a multi-function approach to a single button. Also, I realize in the future too that what would be really cool on a TOS bridge that's reimagined is all black, much like TNG. The LCARs pop up. The buttons actually are little holographic buttons that raise up from the black display, and then they can be configured to whatever you want. And again, they can be tactile because they're holograms. They can be tactile holographic buttons that, when you're not using it, sink back into the smooth black surface of the console and disappear or are lit underneath. That would be perfectly acceptable and look totally futuristic and modern for what even we have today. So that's the only point I'm trying to make. I do want to clarify, I really like Discovery and I'm hoping for more. I know that the next episode is going to be like another trailer or another pilot episode, because we're getting a new crew and a new ship, and I'm looking forward to that. I think that Discovery is going to be fantastic. I think it's going to have some great stuff. It might not be perfect. It might not be how I would have done it, but it doesn't mean I'm not going to enjoy it. I enjoy all Star Trek. I even enjoy JJ Star Trek and watch it, even though I complain about some of it. That's just how it is. I enjoy all Star Trek. I own all of Star Trek. I live Star Trek. So I don't care how much they drop the ball or mess it up in my mind compared to the way I would do it. I don't care about that. It's Star Trek. It's back on the air after 12 years. That's exciting. That's something that should be celebrated. And on Trekyards, we are celebrating it. We love it. But we are, at the same time, calling out the good and the bad. If we see something that doesn't fit in the timeline, it's already an established timeline, so we're going to mention it. So that's where I'm coming from that. And I'm sorry, guys. I'm just very frustrated. I've been dealing with this for 2 days now. Yesterday, because of it, my depression really really sunk in the afternoon. I wanted to go to sleep and not wake up. I was just that depressed, and it wasn't over just that specifically, but that kind of strife and stuff online really bothers me, because I'm not trying to cause any problems with people. I just want to state my opinion. And some people are like, I totally agree with you, Captain, that's fine. Some people, I totally disagree with you, and here's why. Make good points. And other people just whine for the sake of whining. Oh, this guy doesn't like Star Trek Discovery. He shouldn't be a Star Trek fan because he doesn't, he doesn't want to, whatever. Stop it. Just stop it. All right? We are Star Trek fans. We all love the same thing. We all are drawn in by the same franchise. Let's just get along. Okay? And I'm in a unique position where, because of Trekyards, a lot of people are looking to me for my opinion. I understand that. I understand that if I don't want that, I shouldn't be posting on social media. I shouldn't have Trekyards as a thing. But Samuel and myself, we love Star Trek, and we want to point out the good and the bad and all of it, and just enjoy it for what it is, and share with you guys our thoughts on it, and bring to your attention things you might not notice. That's what we're doing here at Trekyards. We're trying to make Star Trek accessible to everybody and enjoyable for everybody, and bring a new aspect of it to the fans, for you guys. Plus, we ourselves get a little bit of greedy enjoyment out of doing it because it's fun. But there are times where I don't want Trekyards to exist anymore. I would just be happy if it just went away. And that's because of my depression and my anxiety. It sucks some days to sit down at this desk, the same environment, the same walls, and do the same thing. It sucks. Some days it's really super enjoyable when I talk to you guys and have a live chat, or we just film a really good video, or I research a really excellent ship and do a fantastic script on it, and I feel like I'm top of the world. But other days, when stuff like this happens, or when somebody makes a post on the Trekyards page and other people react to it, or there's a lot of name calling and bickering and childlessness, and we have to go in and be the Trekyards police and take the post down, and then get asked about why we took it down, or why we removed a comment, or why we kicked somebody out of the group when they didn't obviously follow the rules that were established, and then they wonder why they get kicked out. Anyway, we have to deal with that kind of crap on a regular basis, which I thank God we have our admins. We have our admins like Joe and Paul and Skyla and Keith and everybody else that's associated with the Trekyards admin team. They're fantastic guys that do a fantastic job, and girls, sorry, that do a fantastic job. And it takes a lot of the burden off Samuel and myself. However, when things escalate to a certain point, it's just like anything else. You want to talk to the manager. You want to speak to the guy in charge. I get a lot of private messages going, why did my post get removed? Why did I get kicked off the Trekyards page? And I'm like, well, what was your post about? Because I don't see half the stuff that goes on that page, because there's so much stuff being posted to it, because we have over 23,000 members on that page now. So a lot of stuff gets posted. The admins take care of a lot of it. They message people. They remove their posts telling them why they deleted it. And I still get messages going, what's going on? I'm like, well, did you watch the public service announcement video we have with the rules? Yes. Did you read the rules? Yes. What was your post about? Why Amanda Grayson makes a better wife to Sarek than the chick from the TNG. Like, how is that Starship or tech related? It's not. That's why it got removed, because this is this focused specific group designed specifically for ships and tech. Or starship operations. Sometimes, talking about the barber shop. If a barber shop is on all ships, I consider that part of the Trekyards discussion group base, because, it's basically ship operations related. Even uniforms come up from time to time. Uniforms are kind of sticky because they're not really tech, they're not really ships, but they're ship operations, so I can let most of them in. Some of them are kind of more irrelevant. Anyway, it's a long, drawn-out process. Plus, we have the Trekyards model building page, which again has some fantastic stuff on it. But again, you also get people trying to post, the latest, why was Deanna Troi the sexiest woman in Star Trek or something. Some of those stupid articles that people write that have, they're interesting to read. They're a good read for a Star Trek fan, but that's not what this group is about. That's not why we created it. That's not why you're here. A lot of people join the group without knowing what the group's about, which is why we now implemented, when you join, you have to answer the 3 questions, which a good 80% of the people don't even answer the questions. So I just decline their responses. I just decline the request to join. Or they answer one question out of the 3. Or the one question is, have you ever watched an episode of Trekyards? And they're like, yes, I've been a fan since the 60s. You obviously didn't read the question. Anyway, so there's frustrating things that go on, and I'm sorry, guys, but I love you guys. I love Star Trek. I love the new Discovery. I love what CBS is doing. I think it's fantastic that it's up back on the air after 12 years. We have new Trek. It doesn't feel like 12 years. Enterprise, I got a big picture of the NX-01 on my screen right now. It does not feel like Enterprise was off the air 12 years ago. It seems like yesterday. So I don't feel old, but sometimes I do. But I just wanted to clear that up. I love Discovery. I love what's going on with it. I'm excited to see more. Sure, it wasn't the best written, in my opinion, and episode 2 was a little bit in spots. And there was a few things that, yeah, I think they should have changed. Maybe the acting should have been improved a little bit. But that's what a review is about, talking about that kind of stuff. We can't be like, Star Trek's back on the air after 12 years. Yay, there were new ships. And wow, it was fantastic. It's like cinematic quality. The effects are fantastic. Goodbye, guys. No, we got to review it, critique it, and tell you guys what we think about it, good and bad. Whether CBS likes that or not, I don't really care. We're going to tell you the way it is. That's what we've always done on Trekyards. So that's where I sit, guys. I'm going to keep the post up because it's got some interesting points in it, good and bad. There's been no real super negativity that need to be deleted yet. I'm sure there will be at some point. But the fact that people are attacking me because I'm a TOS elitist is not the case at all. As you can see, this is not TOS, this is TNG. This monitor doesn't always show TOS. Sometimes it's got other stuff on it. There's other things to Trek, you know, guys. I know I got a lot of TOS stuff, but that's just because I'm a TOS fan. Doesn't mean that I'm only a TOS fan. I love all Star Trek. I even have some JJ stuff. I have a JJ prize in the other room. I've got a few other little things that are JJ. I'm not a huge fan of the JJ Trek. I mean, I think that could have been done better too, but Beyond was pretty good. I enjoyed Beyond. Anyway, I'm just saying, some people are very closed-minded. I'm not one of them. Just because I made a post like that, I actually defended my point of view by saying is doing a period piece based on a time period that's been established in the continuity of Trek. You need to, if you revisit that, you need to respect that and at least have things be the similar shape or similar colors. Not all blue monitors and screens everywhere. That looks like generic sci-fi, unfortunately. And I love the blue displays. I love blue displays. I've got a blue Millennium Falcon lamp behind the camera on my desk. I got that lit up blue. I got blue lighting in my car. My Camaro has blue under lighting, the fluorescent tubes underneath. I love blue lighting. To hell and back. The movie era displays with the green and the blue and the black are the best looking computer displays in my opinion. It doesn't fit in TOS on a Starfleet ship with see-through displays that have blue and holograms. I mean, it's cool, but I think it should be like post-Voyager if you're going to do that. But I don't think it fits the Star Trek look. Because Michael Okuda, when he designed the LCARS, which this is now not an LCARS anymore, when he designed the LCARS, knew that, and he incorporated warm sandy tones and warm pastels and colors like that. And eventually, even in Enterprise E, they went to like reds and blues, which looked really good on screen. Does it fit in 10 years before TOS? Around the cage? Around the time the cage is happening? When the cage has very bright monitors and displays? No, it doesn't fit. I'm sorry. I know they said the Shenzhou is an older ship. It's got the lateral vector transporter technology. But there you go, whatever that is. Anyway, so it's an older ship. I get that, but the NX-01 was an even older ship, and it still had nice, colorful displays that looked uniquely Star Trek and not like generic sci-fi. So I can't believe I just ranted for like 20 minutes on this when I expected this to be like a short, hey, how you doing? I'm sorry about the post, and this is what I think I didn't expect to jump right into it like that, and I apologize. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. On a side note, I finished one of my models. I got my Bandai C3PO done. Silver leg. This guy is absolutely fantastic. I love the shiny chrome on him. Now this is almost exactly the same size as my Black Series C3PO. So they're the same scale, right? Here's the Black Series R2-D2, and here's my Bandai R2-D2. The Bandai one's more accurate, and when you compare pictures, is the right height. The Black Series R2-D2 is wrong, just so you guys know. I will be including pictures of this build, because I did this in a day over at a friend's place, well, an afternoon. Fantastic kit. Just the detail is incredible on this. And the shininess of the chrome plating is just beautiful. There were a couple problems with this kit. I took pictures of the entire build, much as I did with the droids here, R5-D4 and R2-D2. I will be doing a video at some point using those stills and talking about the problems I had with these kits. His legs move and all that jazz too, so his head moves, arms move, things like that. But I will be doing a video on that, and I also still have to release my ATST video. So those are still coming if you're interested in the model building aspect of the page. One other thing I wanted to mention, we got a copyright strike. Just out of the blue one day for our review of Orville Episode 3, which we've done like every other review we've ever done, just used still pictures. We got a copyright strike from Fox Entertainment. So that sucks, because people were really enjoying that video. I had a lot of great comments on it, but it's been taken down now. We've privatized the other ones. We're going to do a new format for the Orville reviews for the rest of them, because we don't want that to happen again, obviously. So that's a shitty thing, but we thought I should make you aware of it. By all means, complain to Fox Entertainment. I don't think it'll help, but anyway. So we didn't use any audio from the show. We didn't use any video clips. So it's just a very odd thing, and I didn't get a warning about it. I didn't get an email about it. I just got a thing on the YouTube page that it had been removed, and we had a copyright strike, and so it's shitty. But everything's still going ahead as normal here on Trekyards, so don't worry, guys. So the Orville reviews will be a little different. We'll just be, I think, Samuel and myself talking and discussing it with no visuals now, which kind of sucks, but at least you get our thoughts on it. And a lot of people were praising us for our reviews, saying we did a fantastic job, and they loved our opinions and how we went into the minutia of it. So we're going to continue to do that for you guys, because that's why we're here. We like doing it, and you guys seem to enjoy it, so there you go. Other than that, there's not much new to report. I got a new one of the Mirror Universe comics. This is Mirror Broken: The Origins of Data. This I'm looking forward to reading. I picked up one of the Mirror Universe TNG ones on Free Comic Book Day. And it was really good. So I'm looking forward to this one. I haven't been buying comics for a long time. I used to buy them quite a bit. I have like 300-400 comics over in boxes over there. So I'm looking forward to reading that, and I might even do a captain's log kind of discussing it or something. I don't know yet. We'll see. Plus, I still have to do the build-up of the Mega Bloks Enterprise, time-lapse build-up of that for a captain's log. I think that'll be fun. But I just got to find the time, the space, and get two of my friends together to help me build it so it doesn't take 15 hours. So yeah. Oh, one other thing. Got this cute little ship, the Sagittarius, or the Archer class. This is from UGG Models, which is owned by a friend of mine from Wonderfest. Here's the kit here. Now this is 350 scale, so I'm going to build this and put it beside my 350 scale Enterprise. And this is a small little ship, so the 350 scale Enterprise is like 33 inches long. This one's like quite small, but it's to scale, so you know it's accurate and all that. So I got that. I'm looking forward to building that at some point as well. So there's the Archer class 1/350 scale. If you're interested in this, just go to UG Models on Facebook or ugmodels.com. I'm not sure what the website address is, but check out UG Models and pick one up for yourself if you're interested. So guys, what do you think of Discovery? What do you think of my rantings and ravings? And I apologize for that, by the way. It's not really like me to do that, and I hope it made sense. I didn't plan to do this. I didn't have a plan going into this video. I just know I have to make a video for the Captain's Log, and it's kind of crunch time. It's Wednesday. I thought I'd film it today, get it edited, and get it ready for Friday for release for you guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. But yeah, that's about it for now, I think, guys. So looking forward to hearing your thoughts and comments. Please subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out other videos as well. And I'll see you all very soon. It's Captain Foley signing off.